Pride pouring down from the stands at the Estadio Nacional. No love lost between these two. Costa Rica at home in the red, white, and blue of their own. Well, the dark road kits for the United States. Celso Borges, a bit of a legend in this Costa Rica side. 98 cap for him. Take a look at our starting lineups here today. Keylor Navas is out there. He was not in goal in the Copa America Centenario blowout for the U.S. And Venegas steps in for Orellana up front.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very interesting lineup. Looks like a 5-5 because none of these forwards are actually forward. Venegas, his last game was a month ago for the Montreal Impact. Ruiz, Bolaños, midfielders, Borges, and obviously Acevedo, also midfielders.
Now this is what we think it will be. This is what U.S. Soccer tweeted it would be. A 4-4-2, or does Jurgen Klinsmann go all tin cup on us and we're back to the 3-5-2?
He's absolutely not, because Michael Bradley and Mr. Jones will probably walk off the field. They created anarchy combination.
As we take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Volkswagen. Umania, another one of those Chivas USA guys. Ball driven to the edge of the 6. Missing the header was Brooks. Oh, what a golden chance that would have been. Here's Jones. As we take a look at the U.S. lineup, snuck inside, and an easy grab by Keylor Navas, the Real Madrid #1. And if this coaching thing doesn't work, I think Oscar Ramirez thinks he'd be a pretty good assistant referee. Ball blasted upfield too far. Boston sends it back the other way, flying in Brooks, but intercepted, and now a chance for Bolaños. Trickles through for Venegas, goes through the legs. Gazan comes out with a kick save to deny. Brooks frozen, Gazan wasn't, and the U.S. can thank its lucky stars.
And that's where matchups sometimes make a difference. You might think about Birnbaum maybe more athletic with Gonzalez and Brooks. Venegas with his speed, great nutmeg by the way, but a huge save on the toe poke by Venegas, by Brett Luzon. How great is that?
Risky tackle from Chandler. Special exclusive interview with the new head coach of FIU, ex-UM coach Butch Davis, Saturday 5:15 right here on beIN Sports. Approaching the end of this opening quarter hour, a feeling out stage you might say, but now a chance for the Ticos. Out wide, Salvatierra. Keeping it in play, Bolaños chips it in nicely, chested at the 6. Overhead volley. Falls for Venegas. He can't get it in. What a try by Brian Ruiz. Probably deserved a goal, but denied. Kind of funny. Bolaños at this advanced age of 32. Substitutes already loosening up for Costa Rica, and something wicked this way comes. Flying in Gonzalez. Bolaños keeps his feet. Omar, the Pachuca back. Some rumors he might be headed back to MLS. Good ball forward, cutting in at the box, trying to drive to the goal line. Wood squares it across the face of goal. He beats Navas, but there was no one to tap it into a gaping net.
Just like Pulisic on the left side, that hesitation move, and then the quickness of Bobby Wood. Not too many people know that. Played for my 20s. I know what he can do. Well done, Bobby. Good runs in the box by Altidore and Pulisic. Just too late, but good opportunities out.
So how, from a U.S. perspective, you try and create those situations more? Looking for the cross, 3 in the box, only 2 defenders. There's Venegas, and he heads it over. The U.S. fortunate again.
Starting positions are very important for anybody, but in particular center backs, where you have to be aware of the ball field, you have to be aware of your opponent, you got to feel him, which Brooks doesn't do, and then somebody can just fade. Not enough pressure on the ball. Good run inside by Venegas again, getting away from Biesler, who also has a player over his shoulder, Ruiz. So, can get behind people with crosses, can hold the ball as well.
Poor pass from Jones, giving Brooks little chance, and it's turned right back over to the Ticos. That spin might keep it in. Here's Bolaños against Gonzalez, near post, header, goal! The U.S. defense victimized again. Bolaños to Venegas, and the Ticos in front.
Loss of possession, Phil, in critical areas, combined with switching the point of attack by Costa Rica. Great service and a thunderous header by Venegas, who's been a thorn in the side of the back four from day one. There you see the ball again. Switching the point of attack, stretching people. Gonzalez really not going over with any urgency to close that one down. Venegas going near post. Brooks too late again. Just a brilliant, brilliant ball by Acefeva to Bolaños. Again, the lack of urgency of Gonzalez to try to prevent this cross. That's the most important thing. Pressure on the ball, and then again, not staying with runners.
Again, it looked like Gonzalez thought the ball was going to carry out, but on the wet conditions, it held. The other point to consider, remember the pass from Jermaine Jones that was rifled in to Brooks, who pretty much could only deflect it straight back to the Ticos. About 5. Looks like he might have to wait a bit. Plays his soccer at Lausanne in Switzerland. Hops away from Pulisic, tries to win it back. But Borges too wise for that. Up to Campbell, first touch. Acefeva out wide. Nice from Salvatierra, and it's now 3v3. Ruiz attacking from an angle. Jones comes back, ball in for Bolaños, and he beats Kazan for 2. A giveaway in the midfield. The Ticos strike twice.
Just as in TNT, Phil, Bolaños involved in both goals. Provider and now goal scorer. The ability of these players, Ruiz, Bolaños, to interchange positions left and right, technically gifted, is very unique. Service is great, the runs are perfect. Look at that. That's 2 touches, boom. No pressure on the ball again. Brooks looking over his shoulder. Gonzalez is there. It's a 2v2 at this particular time.
Timmy Chandler falls asleep for half a step, and that's all Bolaños needs.
So graceful. Look at Ruiz. He does that for Sporting all day long. Beautiful. Sometimes as a 10, sometimes out wide as Ramirez uses him right now. Look at his head is up. It's on a swivel. There's eye contact. There's a good run. Surface. Clinical finish by Bolaños. Good football by Costa Rica and deservedly being up. Vancouver is enjoying Mr. Bolaños as well.
Ball whipped back in another shaky game for Gonzalez. Johnson tries to flip it in. The one thing that seems to be lacking, the U.S. always has had in the past, and we saw it maybe for a 20-minute stretch against Mexico, a heart, an unwillingness to lose as Campbell just dances around Brooks into the box and tucks it in unguarded. The United States being ripped apart. Costa Rica now up by 3.
Good kind, Phil, with the word rip. This is a shellacking. This is right now embarrassing. They've lost to Costa Rica before, but not in this fashion.
Well, maybe a bit of revenge for that Copa America Centenario, where the U.S. won 4-0 on home soil. I think this one isn't even as close as that day.
Brooks reminds me of David Luiz against Suarez. He's been nutmegged twice in this game. Campbell, brilliant. Brooks, move your feet. Don't step in, and then inside of the foot, far post. Again, no chance for Brad Guzan. Stranded on an island. Brooks attacked that first ball, headed away, don't let it bounce, and then allow a very technical player with speed to run at you and put a dagger in there at 3-0.
Almost 4 months until the next match.
The key of a coach, Phil, is to put individuals and a team in a position to win. And Jurgen Klinsmann refuses to do that, not in all games, but in a lot of critical games. And in all fairness, that's not the players' fault at times. They have to take responsibility too, Phil, without a doubt. In your area of the field, if you're a defender, you got certain principles that you have to apply each and every game. Today, poorly, mistakes, mentally, physically, and technically. But at the end of the day,
lifted through and onside. Campbell again, looking for 4. He's got it, and Costa Rica now up by 4.
How nice.
What I was saying before the third one, we don't see the heart that used to be so evident. It seems as though it's been ripped out of them.
I'm nodding my head here, Phil. I'm a little bit on the inside sometimes looking in. I know there's some problems, not just on the field. I've lost the locker room and I got fired. That happens in DC. After I won a championship in '99 and 2001, it wasn't good enough anymore. The players, the team didn't respond to me anymore, Phil. That happens sometimes, but this is just a clinic. The ability to be on the same page, to run by Campbell, the great ball over the top, the stationary defending by the US, putting again Greg Luzan out to dry. And today, it's not just, not just one player. The inability to hold balls up front, the inability to penetrate, which is the second attacking principle. Twice, only with Wood and Pulisic out wide, we got a little danger. That's it, Phil, through almost 80 minutes.